Tonight on NAIT NewsWatch.
Police are raising awareness to the public for fentanyl abuse.
They get addicted very quickly, and so the abuse potential is huge.
The City of Edmonton is proposing a new low-income transit pass.
It's great because it's too expensive, $90, like for some people it's too much, right?
The city gathers downtown to honor our fallen.
To you Canadians, there's something very regal about you.
NewsWatch starts now.
Good evening. Police and health officials say an increase in fentanyl deaths across Alberta is creating a public health crisis.
Yes, 145 Albertans have died from fentanyl this year, far surpassing the number of deaths in previous years. Stacey Ward now joins us live from our news center with more on that story.
Out of the 145 deaths, 36 were reported in and around our city. Police feel the death toll is on the rise and could reach 300 by the end of this year. Fentanyl is a narcotic primarily prescribed to those with chronic pain. The drug is easy to manufacture, 40 to 50 times more powerful than heroin, and toxic in small doses, making it a cheap and powerful drug.
The drug is really inexpensive to purchase, and it can create a whole lot of harm. And once people are on it, they get addicted very quickly, and so the abuse potential is huge.
Illegal forms of the drug are often manufactured in underground labs and are often laced with other substances or have inconsistent doses, so users have no way of telling exactly what they're taking.
The biggest danger with this drug is that people are assuming that what they're buying is pharmaceutical grade and that the dosage will always be the same. Well, it's not.
Please raise your hand and
the danger with it is that people are taking it thinking that they might be taking morphine or oxycodone or something that is less potent.
With the death toll on the rise, community and police are working together to raise awareness about the dangers of the drug.
We need to educate people. We need to let them know about the danger that lurks out there. And through that, we'll be able to change behaviors. You know, along with harm reduction and access to treatment and naloxone kits and things like that. The real treatment here is prevention in the first place.
Aside from public education, Alberta Health Services have approved $300,000 earlier this year to dispense take-home naloxone kits, an antidote that will buy the user time to seek medical attention in the event of an overdose.
Stacey, how long does naloxone give the user to receive medical treatment?
Naloxone must be administered immediately following an overdose and acts within 2 to 5 minutes. The effects typically last around 30 to 90 minutes. However, medical attention should be sought immediately.
And Stacey, has there been any reports to show the effectiveness of these kits so far?
Well, as of September this year, approximately 350 kits have been dispensed. Community partners report that at least 30 of those have been used to save lives.
Thanks, Stacey. Anyone looking to receive a kit should visit albertahealthservices.ca to find a list of locations in and around our city. The kits are free of charge and have no risk of dependency.
You're watching NAIT NewsWatch.
The City of Edmonton administration is proposing a new low-income transit plan as a part of the city's End Poverty campaign. The program would make available low-income transit passes at 60% of the cost of a normal pass. The city hopes to launch the program by September of next year, with passes being made available at 4 locations throughout the city. The program would cost Edmonton Transit $3.1 million in 2016, increasing to $8.4 million by 2018. Council is asking the provincial government to pay half of the costs.
I think that's really good. It's great because it's too expensive. For some people it's too much, right? Some people can't afford that. So it's great that they can spend their money in food or something more basic.
The program will be discussed at upcoming budget talks.
In an effort to make government more transparent, the province is introducing a controversial new bill. Last week, the provincial government unveiled Bill 5, which could make public the salaries of nearly all employees of the province or the public sector making more than $125,000. Among those affected by the new bill would be employees of the provincial government, Alberta Health Services, and post-secondary institutions. Mayor Don Iveson feels as though listing salaries is a bad idea.
There's lots of evidence that creates salary inflation at precisely the time when we're talking about restraint in the cost of delivering public service.
Disclosing salary information would not be mandatory for municipalities or school boards. The information will be made public once a year, with the first disclosure scheduled to happen on June 30th, 2016.
Alberta Health Services has developed a new high school program that's helping students deal with chronic pain.
If left unmanaged, it can consume a person's entire life, and for a young person, it can completely alter their life path.
The program, Chronic Pain 35, helps them progress in their academics by teaching them how to adjust to the pain while still receiving credits. Students like Emma, who have chronic pain, can use this course to help others.
Next summer, I'm going to China to teach English because I think it's really important, like the education and the education I learned from this, I can also carry on with me throughout the entire world.
To date, 18 students have graduated with the program, which is a 10-week, 3-credit course. AHS is confident that they will have many new students coming in the near future.
The Cross Cancer Institute has received a significant donation to proceed on new advancements for colorectal cancer research.
This year, 2,500 Albertans will be diagnosed with colorectal cancer.
Most of those patients will receive surgery, but despite those treatments, more than 33% will die of the disease. Dr. Weinfeld, who leads the research team, says that it is possible to help the patient even further.
So the main aim of this project is to try and stop the repair of the DNA damage in the cancer cells, whether that DNA damage is delivered by radiation or by chemotherapy.
These adjunctive therapies have the potential to decrease adverse side effects for those undergoing radiation and chemotherapy treatments, so they can be more present with their friends and families.
The $3 million grant was given by the Alberta Cancer Foundation.
An art workshop at the University of Alberta Hospital has new, much furrier models. Patients, hospital staff, and other walk-ins took part in the McMullen Arts Workshop Thursday afternoon. Their model, a friendly therapy dog named Gertie. Gallery manager Tyler Sherrard says the gallery's workshop is a haven for patients and staff alike.
It provides a creative diversion for what's going on in the hospital. So it might, take their mind off of things, or, a distraction from what's going on sometimes in the hectic world of a hospital.
If you'd like to take part in the workshop, it runs every Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Walter C. Mackenzie Center at the U of A Hospital. Drop-ins are welcome.
A local group has plans to capitalize on the construction of the new Valley LRT line and also bring back life to an old waterway. The keepers of Mill Creek want to restore the Mill Creek Ravine, specifically the section which connects to the North Saskatchewan River. The only problem, it's underground.
So if you walk down by the Matart, the wet land is still there. It's just not wet. This channel is still there.
The group met with City Council Wednesday to outline its plans for the creek. They want to capitalize on the Valley Line's construction, which overlaps with the underground creek bed. They discussed possible partnership opportunities with the city and the potential benefits restoring the creek would have on Edmonton's ecology and recreation.
Apart from benefiting the ecosystem, daylighting the creek would augment the many passive recreation features of the park.
The preliminary studies of the area are estimated to cost $400,000. Council has moved the plan forward into budget discussions.
City Hall will be displaying a highly distinguished military medal, thanks to the family of a Canadian war hero. The family of Private Cecil Kinross donated his Victoria Cross to the City of Edmonton to be displayed in the Mayor's office. The cross is the British Commonwealth's highest award for gallantry in the presence of an enemy. Kinross earned the medal during World War I at the Battle of Passchendaele. Mayor Don Iveson was on hand to accept the display.
We are tremendously grateful to the Kinross family for allowing all Albertans the opportunity to honor Private Kinross's bravery and to reflect on the sacrifices made by military personnel and their families.
Members of the military and dignitaries across Alberta gathered to ensure that no stone was left alone.
To families of the fallen, please know that the thoughts and prayers of your fellow Canadians are with you.
The No Stone Left Alone campaign runs annually with Remembrance Day to salute our fallen veterans in cemeteries. It works to educate youth and students about the sacrifices our soldiers have made overseas.
At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.
Coming up after the break, we take a look at how the internet is changing the way students learn.
With more course material going online, are students ready to embrace digital education?
I'm going and I'm doing all of my homework instead of carrying around a 50-pound backpack all day like I'm doing.
Hi, I'm Shane Getzinger. Coming up in sports, I have the NAIT News Hockey Highlights, action from the CFR, and I tackle the aquaponic wall here at NAIT.
Evening, I'm Connor O'Donovan. A low-pressure system could bring snow to the south of the province while bringing more seasonal temperatures up north. I've got your Sunday forecast coming up when we return.
Well, we're about halfway through November, still no snow.
I know, I was looking to get out to Rabbit Hill this weekend, but just not enough fresh powder at all.
Well, our weatherman Connor might have some good news for you. Connor, what say you?
Well, a warm front from the south is going to bring some precipitation into our city. Not sure it'll be enough to break out the boards and skis, though. Down in Calgary, you're going to see the highest likelihood of some snow. Your high is going to be around 3 with a low of about -5, and you might see the sun sometime during the day. Over in Jasper, if you're looking to go skiing at Marmot Basin, they just opened. It's going to be a high of -5 and a low of -13, so not bad skiing weather. Up in Fort McMurray, a bit warmer, high of around 0 and a low of -6. It's going to be partly cloudy. And in our fair city, we're going to see a high of 3 and a low of -5 with a slight chance of snow. Not too much, probably won't be enough to cover the hills at Rabbit or Snow Valley. Our averages for this time of year, 2 and -7, so we're right around seasonal. And our records, in 1979, it was a balmy 18 degrees, and in 1911, it was -31, so pretty chilly. And that's been your look at NAIT NewsWatch weather.
NAIT NewsWatch weather is brought.
Some college students in our city now have the option of lowering their textbook costs in half.
Yes, in this week's student body, Eva Zawalik takes a look at a new convenience being offered to Canadian students.
Heavy backpacks, costly books, and trips to the bookstore may soon be a thing of the past for many students. This fall, post-secondary institutions across Canada gave students the option of paperless learning for the very first time. Many programs now offer e-books instead of traditional hard copy texts, an idea NAIT student Amy Sauls embraces.
An option when you buy electronic books is just like the portability. If you're from out of town and you go home to visit your family a lot, you might really just like being able to take your e-reader or your tablet or even your laptop instead of carrying around a 50-pound backpack all day like I'm doing.
While reading course material on an electronic device isn't for everyone, there are many benefits to switching.
So I find a lot of university textbooks just end up on shelves for infinity and are never looked at again. So ebooks is definitely a more practical option. It's often a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper may be an understatement. An ebook is half the price of a traditional textbook, but those savings aren't being offered to all students. For now, ebooks are being released based on instructor demand and whether the publisher has released a digital version of a hard copy textbook. In Amy's case, e-texts aren't currently available in her program, but for the time being, she's content with the way things are.
The good thing is that the bookstore is also a bit of an experience when you're a post-secondary student. Like there's a little bit of sentimentality in that where you can come in and shop and touch things and feel things. But like the evolving, practical, innovative side of me really would love to see that switch.
Eva Zawalik, NAIT NewsWatch.
Well, Matt, I know rodeo's in town. I don't think there's anything more Albertan than the rodeo. Have you had a chance to get out yet?
I have not had a chance to get out there, but our sportsman Shay has, and he's got the details.
Yeah, guys, the Rexall Place on Wednesday was electric to kick off the rodeo, but before that, I have the NAIT Ukes women's hockey highlights. The NAIT Ukes women's hockey team is struggling as of late as they look to get out of the bottom of the ACAC standings. They were looking to get back on track versus the McEwen Griffins. We're going to pick it up here in the first period. It's going to be Brianna Frasca heading across the blue line, splitting the Griffins defense and going short side on Morgan Glover. It's 1-0 for the Ukes. That's all that happened in the first. We're off to the second. It's going to be Brianna Frasca again with a head of steam. She's going to fall, but somehow manages to slide the puck in. What a beautiful goal. Ukes lead 2-0. We're still going to be in the second. It's Jessica Dick from just inside the blue line with a little floater that'll find its way through to Neil Gard. The Griffins are on the board. The Ukes lead 2-1 after 2. Off to the third period now. The McEwen Griffins are going to pick up on the loose puck. They're going to split the Ukes defenseman, and they're going to go backhand top shelf. What an individual effort, tying the game, sending it to overtime. Overtime would solve nothing, so we're off to the shootout in round 1. It's Charlotte Jans coming in for the Griffins, and Tennille Gard is going to stick out the pad, keeping the game scoreless. And now up for the Ukes, it's Veronica Kuzlova, and she's going to try the pretty toe drag, but she's going to lose the puck. We're still all tied up. We're going to skip ahead now to the fourth round, still tied, until Whitney Thorpe goes forehand to backhand and scores. So it's all up to Kuzlova again to try and extend. She's going to be looking to go 5-hole, but she's going to be denied. The McEwen Griffins complete the comeback and win 3-2 in the shootout. First year forward, Erica Iglesias, said they're playing well, but they just can't seem to score goals. Brianna Frasca was great, scoring 2 goals, and she did everything she could to try and keep the game close.
Played fairly well. I mean, we have set objectives for every game, and we actually hit quite a few of them. I think it's just a matter of scoring. We're having trouble there, and I think we just need to bury more.
The Edmonton Oilers Kings are once again teaming up with 630 Ched's Santa's Anonymous, sponsored by The Brick for their 9th annual furry campaign. This is one of the most anticipated games of the year for the Edmonton Oilers Kings, where fans bring stuffed animals to the game. When the Oilers Kings score, the ice gets covered. All the bears from the game will be donated to 630 Ched's Santa's Anonymous. Laura Nolan from 630 Ched's Santa's Anonymous says she doesn't want kids to wake up to nothing on Christmas morning.
And then opening November 18th to the public, hopefully more donations will come in because we want to make sure that no child gets left behind and every child gets something new on Christmas morning.
The Edmonton Oilers Kings also revealed their special teddy bear jersey they wear for the special occasion. Here's a preview of what's going to happen on December 5th. Over 14,000 fans attended last year's teddy bear toss, with more than 11,000 stuffed bears being donated. The NAIT's men volleyball team has struggled to start the season as well. They were looking to upset the defending champions Augustana Vikings. Here we're going to pick it up in the first set. It's going to be Andrew Kali of the Vikings with a huge spike for the kill. The Ukes are going to answer back. It's going to be Trevor Zimlak with a huge spike of his own. The Ukes are going to take the nail-biting set 25-23. Now we're going to go off to the second set with the Vikings pushing back. It's going to be Jake Ryan with a huge block. We're going to go with the later in the set, and it's going to be Zimlak once again. He's going to go cross-court for the kill. The home side would take the second set 25-20. We're off to the third set, and pretty much the exact same thing. It's all Ukes in this one, as Derek Jansen has some heat on that one, and that catches Thomas Regier right off the chin. Ouch, that stings. Ukes lead 23-17. Now, match point for the Ukes. The Ukes take the third set 25-20. The Ukes would sweep the Augustana Vikings in 3 straight sets and would lose in 3 straight sets on Saturday. The Ukes are now 3-3 on the year. Everyone better grab their cowboy boots and cowboy hats and saddle on up because the 42nd annual CFR kicked off on Wednesday. As one of the largest indoor rodeos in Canada, the CFR checks the best rodeo athletes around. This year, 108 competitors will be vying for national titles in 7 major events and over $1.5 million in prize money. Some of those events are bareback, steer wrestling, ladies barrel racing, and bull riding. You can see the top athletes crowned in each event tomorrow on Championship Sunday. For this week's End Zone Challenge, I try and scale one of the largest walls in North America. Here at the NAIT pool is home to the largest aqua climb in North America. It stands tall at 5 meters high. I met with lifeguard Doug, and he gave me a few tips before I hit the wall.
Stay wide and keep your chest as close as you can to the wall. 2, don't think.
Okay.
As soon as you start thinking and you stop, then you'll be in trouble.
Okay. After that, it was time to go in for a quick swim to loosen up. Then it was my time to shine, to see how far I could make it up the wall. At first, I thought this was going to be easy. How difficult could it be? After a couple failed attempts, I quickly found out how difficult it really is. As you can see right here, I was just done. Just looking up at the wall, thinking I should just stop. But I kept on climbing. After a while, you just start to tire out. It's crazy. It's beating me mentally, physically, emotionally. It's tough. Have you...
Shay, I gotta say, you look like a fish out of water in the water.
Yeah, it was really tough. I thought I could just get my hands up there. My foot kept slipping. Just didn't go my way.
Yeah, it looks a little tough. All right, thanks, Shay. Coming up after the break, Matt and I head down to Goodwill.
We help out with the organization's donation intake.
Throughout the year, we received just over 600,000 donations throughout our stores throughout Alberta.
Hey, there's a lot in entertainment coming up tonight. The CFR was in our city, also the Folk Music Awards, a new exhibition at the TELUS World of Science, and a new musical here at the Jubilee you won't want to miss.
Hair services by Rock Salon and Spa.
The current job market can be a tough place for those with disabilities.
But one Alberta charity is helping out. Goodwill Alberta is a non-profit charitable organization committed to providing individuals with disabilities the opportunity to enhance their lives through meaningful employment. Goodwill accepts donations from generous Albertans, sorts them, and sells them through their retail stores.
88.4% of every dollar goes back into our programs that provide training for persons with disabilities to receive employment, whether it be within our communities or within our own stores.
Goodwill receives more than 600,000 donations annually, and while they do employ a full staff, they also rely on the help of volunteers. So we donned our safety jackets, threw on some gloves, and went to work in the donation intake station. If you would like to get involved, you can visit goodwill.ab.ca. So Hunter, I hear that you are a musical nut.
I do enjoy going occasionally to musicals, but I have been looking for something real good lately.
You know what? I think our entertainment reporter Brittany can help you out.
Thanks, guys. The wild ride that is the CFR will be coming to an end tomorrow, but the event did not disappoint, having filled the city with rodeo excitement throughout Edmonton.
Can I have a yee-haw? Yee-haw!
The whole city really got into the rodeo spirit this week, which had people busting a move outside City Hall. The simple line dancing routine was taught outside.
This is such an important part of our annual schedule. Farm Fair and rodeo are just a terrific reminder to all of us how close we really are.
Tomorrow will be the final day of the rodeo. Make sure you check it out if you haven't. The TELUS World of Science Center welcomes a new interactive exhibition, giving you a closer look at the well-known puzzle, the Rubik's Cube. Through interactive challenges, the exhibition gives you a chance to try complex puzzle toys to see the influence of the Rubik's Cube. It's fun for the whole family, appealing to all ages, having something for everyone.
It takes the classic Rubik's Cube toy as inspiration and talks about the mathematics behind it, the engineering, the history.
The kids are even given a chance to finish the puzzle with the help of a machine.
And I made the machine fix a Rubik's Cube.
The visitors are given a chance to look at how the worldwide phenomenon evolved into what it is today. The exhibition is open until February 15th. Once the musical is in our city, bringing Edmontonians a truly original Broadway experience. The smash hit multi-award winning musical is something you won't want to miss.
And I love her so.
The story takes place in Dublin, where a man is about to give up on his dreams and a beautiful girl takes a sudden interest in the songs he plays. The two get to know each other and a romantic connection begins between them.
It's a play about how music teaches us to love each other. You see how not just the guy and girl have a love for each other, but the family around her and his father and all these other characters. You kind of see how music is like this language of love.
What really sets this musical apart from the rest is that all the cast members play their own instruments on stage, truly giving you a new experience you'll never forget. Catch the show tomorrow either at the matinee or the evening show. Tickets can be purchased through Ticketmaster.com. Edmonton hosted the Canadian Folk Music Awards this year, where one local artist brought an award home. 11 years the CFMA have been celebrating and promoting Canadian music. Different parts of the city were filled with music from multiple showcases, ending with the award ceremony handing out 19 awards.
It's a year-long work to make this happen. Not just the events that are happening in the gala and performers and the showcase nights, but it's the jurying process.
Local artist Rebecca Lapa won the Young Performer of the Year award. The CFMA will take place in Toronto next year in December 2016. This week's viral video was inspired by a rat dragging a pizza in the streets of New York. The makers of the video did what they do best and turned it into a prank. The video was posted on Monday and already has over 2 million views. Prank versus Prank created a very convincing remote-controlled rat with a pizza. As you can see in the video, people were easily convinced and were taken off guard, thinking it was real. Well, that's been your look at entertainment this week.
Thanks, Brittany, and thank you for joining us tonight. Have a good night.
Have a great night, folks.